What if you had the power to literally change your brain every single day? How much thought, energy, and intention would you put into shaping the brain you want for creativity, for health, for a thriving life? Our brains are at the core of everything we do. Our ability to think, feel, remember, adapt, and flourish. They are essential, not only for our personal well being, but also for the resilience of our global community. And brain capital is at the center of it all. Hi, I'm Genein, an award winning educator, speaker, the author of My Brain, My Beautiful Brain, and the creator of neurosomatic creativity. Today, I want to talk to you about brain capital, what it is, how to increase it, and how creative thinking fuels it in countless ways. We are at a critical moment when it comes to brain health. This issue impacts every aspect of our lives: our physical health, our creative contributions, our societal progress, and even our national security. So, how do we change this? How do we unleash the full power of our brain capital? Through intentional building and investment in our cognitive health, our creative capacity, and our ability to adapt in an ever-changing world. It's time to take action. What is brain capital? Brain capital is a new term taking the global workforce by storm. It positions us to see our brains not just as organs, but as assets that can affect not only our lives, but bring value, productivity, and growth to our communities. Brain capital comprises of both brain skills and brain health. Brain skills include creativity, curiosity, adaptability, and resilience, to name a few. A person actively building their brain skills is being curious, seeking out novel ways of thinking, creating, and they're communicating in diverse ways with a diverse group of people. Creativity, one of the most sought after skills in this new workforce, isn't just artistry, but the ability to problem find and problem solve with relevance, value, and novelty. It takes brain skills to move into uncharted territory, be adaptable in times of uncertainty, and be resilient in the face of setbacks and sudden shifts. The other part of brain capital is brain health. And this is not just staving off cognitive diseases such as dementias and Alzheimer's, but it involves being proactive in building with intention a healthy, powerful brain. A person actively building brain health is optimizing their brain by integrating areas such as food, movement, sleep, cognitive fitness, lowering stress, and increasing social interaction to keep their brain active and healthy. Brain capital, this intersection of brain health and brain skills, is a vital yet often overlooked partnership for this future of work. Yet, as this talk will highlight, it is not only the medical and neurological aspects of brain health that demand our attention. It's also the profound connection between brain health and our creative potential that the workforce is just now starting to pay attention to. Let's see how our imagination plays a critical part in optimizing our brain's success. Your brain makes up only 3 pounds of your body weight, yet it consumes about 20% of your metabolic energy. It's an expensive but valuable organ, not just in resources, but in its limitless potential. And it's our brain's creative imagination that fuels innovation, drives economies, and shapes the future. But to tap into this power, we need brains that are healthy, resilient, and adaptable. Did you know that when you actively engage your brain's imagination, you enhance both creative thinking and brain health? How? Well, imagination isn't just daydreaming. It's a neurological workout. It activates multiple neural networks, engages memory through the hippocampus, and integrates everything you've learned into new possibilities. When you visualize an event or behavior, your brain responds as if it's actually happening. This ability to mentally rehearse success strengthens neural pathways, making the imagined outcome more achievable in reality. This is affecting your creativity and your brain health. As a former UCLA track and field athlete, I use visualization techniques to prepare for competition. Now, as a global leadership speaker on neurosomatic creativity, I use the same skill to think expansively. I ask myself, what can I create that's never been done before? Can I merge a previous method with new innovations? Every time I stretch my imagination into uncharted territory, I'm training my brain, building the future internally before manifesting it externally. This is the essence of brain capital, the combination of brain skills and brain health. Expansive thinking sharpens your cognitive abilities by helping you recognize new connections, generate valuable ideas, and harness imagination as a tool for innovation. At the same time, it boosts brain health by keeping neural pathways active, flexible, and adaptable. Neurosurgeon Dr. Raul Jandile describes the brain as a thinking machine. Its first job is survival. Its next job is to generate new ideas and big possibilities. But if we only repeat the same safe thoughts and actions, we limit our brain's potential. Expansive thinking rewires our neural pathways, strengthening our ability to envision and create what doesn't yet exist. So take the time to dream big. Explore multiple solutions. Your imagination isn't just for childhood, it's for now. And if failure wasn't an option and resources were unlimited, what would you create? What would you build? That act of imagining alone strengthens your brain capital, and with it, your ability to shape your future in a healthy way. And a big part of this is driven by curiosity. Curiosity. It's more than just asking questions. It's the foundation of learning, creative thinking, and perspective shifting. But did you know that it's a brain skill that also affects your brain health? When we embrace curiosity, we open pathways in our brain that strengthens thinking, wonder, and a journey into the unknown. Research shows curiosity even improves brain health, helping us recognize and identify patterns in our behavior, including addictive tendencies and emotional struggles. Take food addiction. Often, the underlying cause isn't merely hunger. It's isolation, avoidance of pain, grieving a loss, or search for our identity. Instead of just accepting this destructive behavior, curiosity invites us to ask, why am I eating this whole pizza? Am I truly hungry? Am I even tasting and enjoying it? What am I feeling? When we replace judgment with curiosity, we gain insight rather than shame. This can apply to other struggles. Curiosity expands our awareness. What factors are contributing to how we feel? What options are available for change? The more we explore, the more aware and adaptable we can become. But how do we cultivate more curiosity in our personal and professional life? First, start by asking questions and increase the diversity in your questioning. Seek wonder and awe in everyday life, and then be curious about it. Start to notice things that are small, a leaf, a cloud, a sound, and ask, why is it that way? Instead of just assuming, observe and explore. Curiosity leads us into the unknown with openness, whereas judgment shuts the door. Curiosity also builds cultural competence. When we approach differences with curiosity rather than assumption, we understand, we grow, and we connect. And building brain capital is about making those connections, those neural connections for brain optimization. So as you move through life, embrace curiosity. Ask, wonder, explore, and watch your mind and brain capital expand. This expansion occurs because we are builders. Yes, we are the architects of our brains. But did you ever think about placing build cognitive reserve on your brain's blueprint instructions? Every experience we have, every time we create, and every struggle we overcome, we can strengthen our cognitive reserve, which is our brain's ability to bounce back from setbacks, to adapt, and to endure, even with the threat of disease. Consider this. When we face trauma, we often feel stuck, as if there's no way forward. But our brains are wired for solutions. Our creativity within our cognitive reserve helps us reframe adversity. It also allows us to shape meaning from pain and to find new paths where none seemed to exist before. This is resilience, the brain's way of saying, I can rebuild. And the more we invest in our cognitive reserve, the stronger this resilience becomes. Those with higher cognitive reserve can withstand stress, brain injury, even aging, without significant cognitive decline. Why? Because their brains have built complex, efficient networks of neural reserves. They have a wider range of energy, coping tools, and a deep well of adaptability. They don't just survive setbacks, they navigate through them. So, how do we build this reserve? Well, first, education and intellectual activity helps because it keeps our brains challenged. As you are doing now, being a lifelong learner and expose yourself to diverse situations for problem solving and creativity, these create neural connections. But as our work in neurosomatic creativity explains, we are bidirectional beings, which means our brain controls our body, but our body also informs our brain and affects our perception. So maintaining a healthy lifestyle with exercise, proper nutrition, and restorative sleep are key components for building cognitive reserve and strengthening your brain capital. But wait, there's more. What about social engagement? That too is crucial. Your brain needs connections, and so do you. Conversations, relationships, shared experiences with a diverse group of people activates and strengthens your brain's cognitive pathways. Cognitive reserve isn't just about avoiding cognitive decline and disease. It's about thriving in any situation. And the earlier in life this reserve is built, the better. Cognitive reserve positions our brains to cope well with stress, adapt to changes, and continue moving forward no matter what. It's the difference between fearing setbacks and knowing we can arise from them. So today, I challenge you and your brain to arise and shine. Be an active participant in building your brain's cognitive reserve. Stay curious and creative, eat well, sleep well, and keep learning and growing. Because the stronger your cognitive reserve, the stronger your brain capital, which makes a stronger you. I hope this talk has reintroduced you to your powerful, beautiful brain in a whole new way. Your brain is your greatest asset, malleable, adaptable, and limitless. No matter your age, you have the power and ability to reshape it daily. But first, it starts with belief. Believe in your ability to grow. Daydream boldly. Reframe those challenges as opportunities. Every thought you have, every action you take, rewires your mind and either is building or breaking your brain capital. This is in your control. So take it. You are the architect of your brain and your future. So let's build well.